Mike, you're in a hotel with your pets. Your wife is at your daughter's home in Edmonton. How's your family doing?
All things considered, pretty good. Our youngest daughter, she's 24. She lost her home in the fire as well, and our middle-aged daughter, her house is still standing, and her husband is in Jasper currently erecting fences around some of the hazardous sites.
Everybody's situation is so complicated and so different. Julie, your husband is staying in Hinton, just outside Jasper, heading in there to do work. You're with the kids in Summerland. How are you coping?
We're doing relatively well. We, I guess, are looking at this as an extended holiday, a summer holiday. We're with family right now here in Summerland, and we have been graciously allowed to stay in some complete strangers' homes for a little bit too, just to get our feet a bit settled and for the kids to find a bit of a routine.
Yeah, Julie, explain that to us a little bit more. How did it come about that a stranger opened their doors to you and your kids?
So we have a friend here in Summerland who's actually from Jasper. She's originally from Jasper. Her name is Nicole Sales. And I reached out to her when we first got here and just asked her to see if she had any moms that could help us out while we were, looking for clothing and looking just for different activities to do with the kids. And in her post that she had put in a mom's group on Facebook, there were a lovely couple that had decided to allow us to stay for the month of August, actually. So they've opened their homes to us. And so we have a lovely 2-bedroom apartment with a kitchen. And we're here with my mom as well and our dog Winston. That's
a terrific story. Now, Mike, I'm sorry to hear that your house in Jasper has burned down. That would be traumatic for anyone, but I wonder if it's tougher, and I assume it is, not being able to just go there now and see it in person.
Yeah, I think it is tough from that perspective. And then our restaurant was spared from the fire. And so we have some employment to go back to, but nowhere to live. So it's a bit of an interesting situation that we'll have to navigate as things start to open back up.
Yeah, and how do you navigate that? Like, I assume you didn't grab insurance papers. I don't even know what you do when you're at a hotel in Fort Saskatchewan with no house and wondering, how to deal with all those things. What's the strategy?
Well, the insurance companies have reached out. We have had contact. We were able to get some footage of our house and our car that had burned as well. So we were able to forward that and begin the process. So it's in its early stages. The Red Cross has been super helpful. Reaching out to family and friends has been very helpful. By all indications, it's going to be a fairly long period of time before we have a home to move back to. So we'll have to be working on some temporary housing strategies in the meantime.
And you mentioned your restaurant, Evil Dave's Grill, I think is the name of it. So it's still standing, but who knows what is going on inside. When you finally do get back to Jasper, do you have any sense of how long it'll take to get that back up and running?
Well, primarily you'll be removing any food that had the possibility of contamination. So that would be the first step, and then restocking, and then preparing to open. I would hope that we could do it in about a week. It doesn't appear there's any structural damage. We have seen footage of elk grazing out in front of the restaurant, so it appears to be in fine shape. And there's people staying at the hotel around us. Some of the responders are there now. And my eldest son was working the fire as a heavy equipment operator, so he was able to give us updates that the building looked totally fine. So yeah, fingers are crossed that everything is good to go, and we'll just be able to flick the switches and fill the fridges and start serving those people that are still actively fighting the fire.
Yeah, both of you have a little bit of inside information in terms of what's happening in Jasper. Julie, your husband, has been going in there because of his work with the municipality. What's he been seeing in terms of the level of destruction?
He has also actually been doing the same thing as Mike's son-in-law, Reese. So they are right now erecting a whole bunch of fences around town. And he's just pretty much saying that nothing is recognizable. So he goes down the streets, and where there was the fire, he can't recognize the houses that are around or what exactly was there. He couldn't tell you if it was Geeky Patricia Street, just because everything is gone.
And both of you in a holding pattern. Julie, do you have any idea when you'll get to go back home?
No idea. Yesterday, I guess they were a bit worried as well that the fire was going to start again just because of the heat. And the ground is still quite warm. So it's just a question now as to I mean, there's so many uncertainties. What's going to happen next? We don't know.
So many uncertainties. And Julie and Mike, thank you very much for speaking with us. And I hope you get back home soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.